Are you tired of the clothes in your closet not aligning with your energy? Well, I'm here to give you a couple of tips today on how we can alchemize your aesthetic and build a dream wardrobe together. Hi, Fairy Tab here, and welcome back to my fashion channel. I usually do fashion reviews, unboxings, and outfits of the day. I also do a little beauty tutorials, and today I have something a little different and a little new for you, so I hope you're excited. Today I'm going to share with you how to alchemize your aesthetic. Basically, we're gonna go through how to build your dream closet, which is why I've started here in my closet. This is by no means my dream closet because I'm not in my dream home, but it is my dream wardrobe, meaning that all of the pieces in here are highly beloved by me. So we're going to go through some of my tips on how to build your own personal style and how to curate a wardrobe that matches your style, because I understand that shopping for the correct pieces can be tough for people. If you want to discover your own personal style, I'm also going to be giving you some tips on how to find clothing brands and vintage pieces that will match your style. So let's get into it. I thought I'll just show you around my closet or point a couple of things out really quick just because it's really fun in here and there's a lot to look at. Back of the door hanger with mini bags and sweaters hanging over here because I don't have a lot of room. So there's a couple of bags and purses over here, my Selkie bag being one of them. On the back we've got my toy collection, and they're just a bit scattered about. Got some LPSs and some Bratz dolls. These are all my Bratz dolls that I own. I only have 4. You can barely see Yasmin. Here's Yasmin. She's laying down with all the stuffed animals. And then, of course, my other bags and purses. So we're going to actually be going through how to buy clothes for your closet that fit your style. And so this is going to be a personal styling guide. So I am starting my personal styling services, and I thought that this video could be a great way to introduce my clients to developing their own personal styles. I honestly think that this is something that anyone could do for themselves. I think that you can figure it out and you can develop a fashion sense even if you feel like you don't have one, if you feel like you're completely basic. So first, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about myself and my fashion journey. I think it's really important to start from childhood when you're thinking about your taste and the things that you like. So when I was a kid, I was very into gothic clothing. That really helped change and evolve my style throughout the years. I was very into emo styles a little bit in middle school, and I did cosplay a little bit. As you can see, I got a little bit into J fashion from that. And I was already so into Lolita when I was a kid too. I'm trying to remember what was that show that they used to go through people's closet. One episode that I remember watching when I was a kid, and this woman had some Lolita dresses that they were just tossing out, and they were making fun of her for her style. And I remember that really struck a chord with me as a kid because I was like, those are the most beautiful dresses I've ever seen, and they're being so rude. So not everyone's right about their fashion opinion. That's another good point to bring up. You need to form your own opinion. Not everyone's right. I think you need to discover your childhood fashion journey. Go back to what did you like to wear when you were a kid? Not when something else was being picked out for you, but when you were actually happy in what you were wearing. And when you put on something that feels like you, it feels like magic. So you need to search for those joyful moments throughout your life and try to pinpoint together, connect the dots between what connects that. And then I think you'll find a similar theme that you're going for. So I was very interested in girly stuff, but I felt like it wasn't for me because I wasn't girly. So it was really nice when I started developing my own feminine style a little bit more. And so I really have stuck with a very feminine approach to fashion. I really do enjoy some masculine clothes sometimes. Enough about me. I want you to figure out what you have a personal connection to in fashion. Because whenever you see something and you have an emotional response, that's when it stops being clothing and it starts being art that you're putting on your body. So I want you to understand that. I think it's important to really put your personality on the outside with your fashion. If you're not putting your personality on the outside with fashion, then you aren't wearing things that are meant for you. So you want to find clothes that make you feel that emotional connection. You want to be in love with the clothing items that you are adding to your closet. So write that down. And then next section, creating your style or brand. I think we need to look towards our favorite celebrities here. Another great thing that we can do to find our style is that we can look at different time periods that inspire you. We can look at different subcultures in those time periods. For example, if the 50s inspire you, maybe you're especially inspired by beach bunnies in the 50s. We don't always have a look that matches that in modern day society unless you go out and you seek that out. I think we also need to consider that following trends is not always for us. Some trends are for you, and if you've ever tried a trend out and you really liked it, then that's completely valid. Have you ever stopped wearing something because you were embarrassed of it, and then you still miss it years later? For example, when I used to wear fingerless gloves all the time as a kid, I would get made fun of. I got rid of my fingerless gloves, and then a few years later, they were all the rage, and I really wished that I had all of my collection again. You should never let go of something that you love just because you're afraid of being judged. And you can't always change your style based on what's popular. So remember that too. I also think when you are looking for clothes and for your personal style that it's very important to know your color season. You don't have to follow all the rules. Keep in mind, if you dye your hair, you can change your color palette. You can also change your color palette by wearing colored contacts. Another thing to think about is your face shape and your body shape. So I'm very short and petite, so obviously petite sizing looks a little bit better on me. I'm not going to wear things that are maxi all the time because I would have to wear high heels with them. So these are just physical things to keep in mind. And then another thing is that depending on your face shape, your neckline can be appealing or less appealing. So actually right now, I'm not wearing a neckline that is supposed to look good with heart-shaped faces. This is just an example of you don't always have to follow the rules. Fashions do whatever you want, like art. So just do whatever you want. But some of these guidelines can help you choose a more appropriate or more flattering look sometimes. So do keep that in mind. I do feel the best when I wear a plunge neckline. That looks amazing on me. I don't really love to show so much of my chest, but it does look really good with my face. It's very flattering. And so these are also things to keep in mind whenever you're choosing your haircut and your hair color, because this can fit into your color season, and this is very important for your stylist to take into consideration your face shape as well when choosing a haircut. So since I have a heart-shaped face, I'm obscuring my large forehead with bangs. So now we want to establish some goals for our closet. What are we missing that we need the most? This is really important to think about. It's like back to school shopping, but for making yourself feel more like you. So what do you not have that doesn't feel like you? Is your purse really ugly and you use it every day and it's not flattering and you don't love it? Then you need to replace that thing. Same with outerwear. If you're in a city where you wear a jacket very often or a cardigan, you need to have a good essential staple that you love that makes you feel good when you wear it. So you need to make a list of the things you want to buy. And for me, it was mostly shoes. I don't own very many pairs of shoes. So I really needed a pair of Mary Janes. Let me show you the Mary Janes I selected for my closet. They're a little crazy. Oh, technical difficulties. They're platforms and they got some buckles on them. They're very cute and black. I don't wear a lot of black, but this is a staple color. And I didn't really want them in white because that seemed too flashy. I've slowly acquired things over the years because I am not always spending very much money on clothing. I'm also waiting for seasonal sales, usually and deals. So I do subscribe to the clothing brands that I adore, and then I will wait for them to send me an offer usually. And then if the offer coincides with the sale, that's an even better deal for me. I'll also try to order multiple things at once. When I buy from Rat Boy, I will try to get multiple outfits and maybe some basics from them. And if I do order something from a sale, I will try to get a full outfit. I know that when I add something to my wardrobe that it can match with the other things in my wardrobe because of the guidelines that I've set in place. They fit my style, they fit my color palette and all of these things. So I know that I can mix and match things, but I always wait 24 hours before making a purchase. In the scarcity mindset, this is very tough because sometimes things sell out. And so if you know it's going to sell out, that could just be a marketing tactic. But I also understand because I remember being heartbroken over some things selling out when I was just waiting to think it over. So sometimes it can pay to be impulsive, I guess. You weigh out your options. I love my 24-hour rule, and I never buy anything unless I love it completely. If I'm like, this little thing I would fix, I don't get that. Only get something that you completely love. In shopping online, there is a chance that you could mess up. And I do most of my shopping online because my style is very unique. You can also do a lot of shopping vintage. I have this dress here that I found at the thrift store. And I found many other pieces at the thrift store. It will take time and it will take practice, but you will learn how to build your wardrobe in the way that fits your personality and fits your style, and then you will be able to show it on the outside, and maybe other people will start to notice your style and they will gift you things. I also want to talk about ethical consumption a little bit because we are chatting about shopping. So I think that it's important to be shopping at brands that are sustainable. We need to bring up overconsumption. If you are just buying into every single trend and you're purchasing everything that you see online, stop, please. It's too much. How many pairs of sunglasses do you need? I only have one pair. I'm doing just fine. They cover my eyes in the sun. We also need to think about the durability of these products that we're buying. Are they going to last and are they going to be useful? Because if I buy a purse and it's destroyed the next week, that was just a waste of my money. Don't go buy fast fashion. You need to be shopping high quality. So this is going to cost a little bit more money unless you're finding really high quality things at the thrift store all the time. But that's fine because you don't have to buy as much when you buy high quality because you're going to have a nicer thing that lasts longer. We also need to stop being afraid of re-wearing our outfits. I love re-wearing my outfits because I love my outfits and they never go out of style to me. Normalize re-wearing our clothes, because this quick turnover of fashion isn't okay for the planet. And it's not okay for us mentally. It's going to be more comfortable for you to wear something that is a routine. I even think that we need to take inspiration from cartoon characters sometimes. If you have a blueprint that you can follow every day to create yourself an outfit that you feel happy and you feel comfortable in, then you've made it. You've personal styled yourself. Create some style goals. This is going to be, what do you want? Do you want new clothes? Do you want to change your style? Do you want to upgrade your style? Get that goal in your mind and think about it. Now go on Pinterest and I want you to make a Pinterest board that feels like you. If you have anything of inspiration to start with that we talked about, characters and celebrities and time periods, then you need to start with that and put that right on your Pinterest board. And you can put anything on there. You can put your favorite prints, you can put your favorite colors, and then it'll all start to come together. You need to identify the habits that you need to change. So this is impulse purchasing. This is overconsumption. This is ethical consumption. You need to be thinking about these things. Think about the 24-hour rule. Wait before you buy. Maybe you don't actually want it. Maybe it's actually kind of ugly. Ask for a second opinion. It's really nice to get another opinion sometimes because sometimes you're blinded by the marketing. You want to value quality and timelessness over trendy. And then you're going to see it all come together, but you need to be patient. because it takes time. It took me years to get just this many clothes, and I'm not done. I'm still building here. This isn't my dream closet yet, but I have the formula, and that's what I'm giving you, the formula. I want you to go and discover your personal style. I want to see more fashion fairies out there in my community. Fairy can be anything, and so you can be anything too.